Welcome, Prem. Welcome, everybody.
Welcome.
It's such a pleasure. Here it's our first podcast. So I will pretend to be a professional interviewer, but actually I'm not. So I have some questions prepared, and the topic first of all is about the no mind, the no mind process, which is a meditative therapy created by Osho. And here with us there is Prem, which is a facilitator of this technique, and he will share with us this beautiful process online. For us, the first time is the first time doing it online, but I know that it has already been done from other friends, from other facilitators. So I'm sure that it goes deep anyway. So Prem, Buddy, Jorg, I even don't know. I'm confused. Sometimes I call you still Jorg, sometimes Prem, Buddy, but
Any name is okay. So, welcome everybody. My name is Prem, and I will be facilitating the no mind process. And I'm very honored to be part of the first podcast of Ashram Harmonia. So that is a pleasure, definitely. And yeah, I've done the no mind many times. It really impacted my life, and I'm practicing gibberish a lot, actually, just to exactly reach that state or to access meditation easier, which I feel this no mind and gibberish really does. It's a fast track to experience relaxed awareness. Yeah. So that is my introduction.
very nice. Thank you very much. Yes, at the end of the story, I feel your heart so much that Prem is probably the perfect name. It's like I think I'm dropping now. I'm dropping Jorg and Buddy, and Prem is
Prem, yeah.
yeah. Is a big heart.
Oh.
The arms and with the legs. So thank you for your introduction, and I enjoy so much the gibberish as well as technique as a cathartic technique. So it's just a pleasure, and we are so happy that you accepted to share with us this moment, this experience. So we are ready. We will start the 15th of March, so in a little more than a couple of weeks. It's like 2 weeks and a half, and it will last 7 days, 2 hours a day, and it's in Italian time. It's gonna be 6 p.m. like Central European time. It's gonna be at 6 p.m. and in the case of Prem, which is in Greece now, it's gonna be at 7. Or for instance, in Turkey, it's gonna be 8 p.m. from 8 to 10. Then anyway, we will give all the information on the website, on the page. So shall we start with some questions?
Yes, I think one thing that you can just add is that we're doing the teasers every Wednesday, I think 3 more times, like
including
today.
Including
today 3 more times at the same time. And it's a very nice way to get to know the technique, the underlying technique of no mind, and to just get a taste of it, really. So it happens at the same time, at the same day, on the same day, every Wednesday now 3 times. So if you feel like trying it out or having a taste, then just come pass by. It's free and it's lots of fun. So yeah.
And it is nice by itself. Also, if for any reason for someone it is not possible to experience the 7 days process, it's gonna be enough also to like it is enough pleasure also just the taste. It's 1 hour. It's at the end of the story. It is a meditation, and then you can, if you never experienced before the gibberish, you learn this very difficult technique, and and then you can make it by yourself on your free time. So yeah, you can join only the teaser. It's already a nice experience. So then, what is no mind and what is gibberish, which is probably the pillar of the no mind?
Well, the no mind, as you mentioned before, is a 7-day process, 2 hours a day, 1 hour of gibberish followed by 1 hour of silence. And this process is not just a 2 hours process, it's actually a 24 hours process, you know. So within those 7 days, stuff can come up, you can release emotions, or emotions can even come up afterwards, you know, after the 2 hour session. So it's really a 7-day full day process, although we are just doing it 2 hours really, you know. And the underlying technique is gibberish, as I said, like 1 hour gibberish followed by 1 hour silence. Now, what is gibberish? Gibberish is talking nonsense, basically. You know, it's talking a language that you don't know. And it's important because even though it's a language that you don't know, it's not just sounds that you make, you know? So it should be like talking like, you know, something like really a language that you don't know, you know? If you are Italian, then you talk Chinese gibberish, whatever comes up, it doesn't really matter, you know, but you just don't talk Italian or any other language that you know. That is the first thing. And what it really does, the gibberish, you know, it's very effective in bypassing the analytical mind. And with that, you know, you can imagine it takes off the lid of a boiling pot, you know, because your analytical mind, your consciousness, your conscious mind, you know, goes on gibbering, you know, goes on blah, 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 blah. And what happens with that is that you give space to your unconscious to express, to, you know, come up with whatever comes up. So it really goes hand in hand, actually. And it is very effective in that because, you know, like we are taught or in society, in our daily life, we are really holding it back a lot, you know. Now, I'm not just talking about anger or about a sadness or any emotion, but really, how often do you see someone going just completely nuts, you know, like on the streets, you know, you think it's a crazy man or something like this. People call the police, you know, even if it's just ecstasy, you know, we're not just talking about anger or sort of that emotions, you know, but just going completely nuts. When are you doing that? Basically never, you know, but it's extremely healthy. That is my experience. My personal experience is it's extremely healthy to just go berserk, you know, from time to time. And that is basically what you do with this gibberish. You just let go, you just go nuts, you know, you just let it all out, you know, whatever is there. And with that, you know, it's like the pressure has come out of the pot, you know, and now you can sit, you know, and relax at a much deeper level with awareness. And that is what meditation really is, you know, and that's why it's very effective.
I received your passion and your love for this technique.
Yeah, I like it a lot, you know, I like it a lot, definitely.
So, and we say, not we, Osho called this kind of processes, which the mind is one of them, meditative therapies. And what really means meditative therapy?
Well, meditative therapy really means that you are the therapist and the practitioner at the same time, or the therapist and the patient, you know. Really, you're basically healing yourself, you know, like it's very holistic in a way that you're just everything, you know. You heal yourself from within, you know. You express, you listen at the same time, you know. So you're really both at the same time, you know. And that is why he called it meditative therapy, because it's the combination. It's a very holistic approach to live a life of fulfillment, of more peace, you know.
Yes, it's interesting. This is bringing to my mind some another question, another topic, because you are the therapist of yourself, and it's funny, but here just next door we have a psychologist, and this psychologist last week on Wednesday when we did the teaser, Banu and I, we were into the gibberish very totally, completely, and the psychologist was hitting the wall from the other side, asking us to basically to shut up or to stop to do this whatever we were doing. And okay, we didn't go to invite the patient of this psychologist to our room, which probably would have helped them more than the psychologist itself. But this is another story. The question is about the noise. Now we usually pre-COVID, before COVID, we were doing this kind of processes only in the meditation center, usually in Osho places. So we usually could do all the noise that we wanted to do. In the houses, sometimes this is not really possible. Like, is that the fact to be total in the gibberish, to be total in the expression? Could it be done also in a silent way, or is like you don't suggest that?
Look, the thing really about this gibberish, as I mentioned before, is let go, you know, letting go, you know, and that means going berserk, you know, and nuts. Now, if you hold it back, then you're not with totality in it, right? Because there is a part in you holding back. You want to scream, but you don't scream, you know? And that is, again, the pattern that we do all day long in society anyway, you know, like holding back, you know, keeping us together. So really, my invitation is for this whole no mind or gibberish to let go and go full on. Now, I'm well aware that this is a problem, or can be a problem, with neighbors. So what I suggest is to go to the neighbors in advance. You know, you can go to the neighbors in advance and tell them, look, now for 7 days, I have this 1 hour a day and I'm practicing for a theater piece, whatever. I mean, or for an actor role, because you might not be aware of that, but in fact, actors are doing gibberish before they go on stage, you know, just to clean themselves, you know. So you can just come up with something like this, little lie, or like just like this, you know, something that, you know, they understand what's going on, you know, because I understand that it can sound very scary, like, okay, what's going on with my neighbor? All of a sudden he goes completely nuts, you know. But I really, really would invite you to hold nothing back, actually, and go in advance to the neighbors, talk with them, and give them a piece of cake or something, you know, so they you're on the good side, and then I mean, you know, it's just an hour of gibberish, you know. So I think it's for
It's
everyone
very funny that
digestible.
it's very funny that it's a psychologist, and it's, I will have
Yeah,
to
it's
I will have
funny.
to do another option, another possibility is really to move ourselves in another place, in a place where we can make noise. And for this,
Yeah,
we really take this. I also connect with what you said before about the meditative therapist, which is like a 24 hours process, not a 2 hours a day, but it's 24 hours a day. Then I think the ideal situation would be really to be in a calm and silent place the rest of the day, and maybe not working too much or not working at all
yeah,
in the
yeah,
perfect world.
yeah, yeah.
Actually, usually during the meditative therapies I have done in the past, I was usually volunteering in the place where I was doing the processes, and I always enjoy every day
Yeah.
some hours of physical work and some activity, but probably less than usual. I was able to give less during the process.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
you
yeah.
would you suggest to people that, for example, they work like the full day and they come back home at 5 and then they jump in the no mind to take holiday, or is it still possible to have a kind of normal life and do the process in the evening?
Of course, it is possible, you know, like you don't have to take a whole week off, you know. That's actually one of the reasons why we set it at a time that works for people after work. And it's actually, honestly speaking, it's a wonderful meditation anyway to do it after work, you know, because I myself practice gibberish, or sometimes, you know, I have long working days, you know, and I feel like lots of staring on the screen and charged, you know, somehow, you know. So I just feel like, gibberish is just a nice way to do now, because it resets you, you know, like you really reset fully, you know, doing gibberish. So it's perfectly fine if you are working and you come. Of course, if you can manage to take the week off, you know, and maybe support it with, and now this is really optional, this is not part of the process, you know, but support it with, you know, silent walks, with journaling, maybe with other meditations, other Osho active meditations. You know, that's really up to you, but you can really make uh, more out of it, you know, if you want, you know, or can, you know. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's clear. Thank you. But really, the connection with the therapist, the psychologist brought to me this question, and I think it's very important to clarify that it's in the ideal world we would take kind of almost a week off, but it is possible to do the process
Yeah,
and to get out
definitely.
something, keep working. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, the next question is about the space, how to organize the space, and at the same time, I ask you two questions in one. In the previous weeks, I don't remember, 1 or 2 weeks ago, during the explanation, during the taster, you said that the best way is when the gibberish is finished. So there will be the gong saying, okay, the gibberish is finished, and now you sit. You just sit wherever you find yourself. You sit and you start the silent space, the 1 hour sitting part of the process, wherever you find yourself. While for my personal experience, for my personal needs, let's say, the best is to have a meditation pillow under my butt and to support a little my knees. Otherwise, it gets a little bit of a help to sit for 1 hour in silence. So I start to feel, not to enjoy the silence phase. So how would you answer to that?
Yeah, I mean, there are two things. First of all, about the space, I think it's really good to prepare the space, the room in a way that you have some space to move, you know, so that, like, let's say there is a table in the middle of the room, you just put it aside. So because you're using the whole body with it, you know, and it should be really like expressive. So you know, you want some space for that, ideally, you know. So I would recommend to put things aside and really just have some space to move, you know, and to, you know, express whatever is there. And then secondly, I mean, this is not a classical Vipassana retreat, you know, where you have to sit in a certain posture and torture yourself. um, no, it's really not like that. I mean, what I meant with that, basically, that when you stop the gibberish, because the gibberish stops with a hit on the drum. You know, I'm hitting the drum. So what I meant with that really is that when you immediately drop down and sit, you know, you experience a certain awareness, you know, a certain silence, a certain feeling of your body that you will not experience in that way when you know, get your pillow, make it convenient for you and stuff like that. Because what happens really is you come back, you know, you come back, like the convenience come back. Okay, I need to prepare the pillow, I need to do this and to do that, and I need to sit with the feet like this and whatever. And in this very coming back, you're missing this very precious and beautiful moment, actually, you know, of just going from full on gibberish to sitting and watching, you know. But of course, there is another aspect. We're talking about an ideal world, you know. The other aspect is that if you know you cannot sit for an hour, and you should sit for an hour, right? Like I mean, of course, you can move consciously if you feel discomfort within the second hour, or within the hour of silent sitting, but really you should actually be still as much as possible. So if you know that after 20 minutes you get pain in your knees, you get pain in your back, then it makes more sense to just go with, you know, the other option of preparing that, or taking just this pillow. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not ideal, but it's definitely worth it, because you can still sit an hour then and watch, and that is quite valuable in itself, you know, because you will experience even then a great silence after 1 hour of gibberish, even if you get your pillow, you know. So yeah, it's really about feeling into what is possible for you, you know. Like, if you know you cannot sit, then okay, you go for that. If you're not sure, then maybe one time you try it, you know, one time you try just falling down immediately and sit. And if you feel like you cannot do it, then the next day is another day, you know, because it's a 7-day process. So that's why, you know, you can prepare yourself, you know. It's playful at the end of the day. So you are also invited to play with that, you know. But really, again, in the second phase, sit as silently as possible, you know. And the posture, just one thing, and the posture is also doesn't really matter. It's important that you sit and that you keep the spine straight, but it's not, you don't need to sit in a lotus posture. You know, you sit in a position that is comfortable and convenient for you, you know.
Okay, very clear. Thank you very much. You kind of inspire me. I will surely try. I will maybe just put as much as possible pillows all around the room. So maybe I will just sit on the pillows by mistake. Like.
And you can try it for the teaser, and the teaser you can try it anyway, because it's only 20 minutes of gibberish and 20 minutes of silence. So
sure.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, we are almost running out of time, and we are recording this podcast right before the teaser, so we are really tight. I just have a couple of more very practical questions.
Okay.
And one is about the age, like for two reasons. One, because I have a teenager sister. She's 16 right now, and I'm thinking to invite her to participate. And at the same time, I feel that, I mean, some of us would maybe as children in the house, and they might think that it's possible to enjoy together this process, because I did gibberish sometimes with children, and it is quite amazing. So, is there a age, a limit, or whatever else?
Well, I mean, look, the thing is with children and the no mind process, where we really talk about 1 hour of gibberish and 1 hour of silent sitting. My feeling is that is a bit too much for children, especially the silent sitting, but however, I mean, it's a wonderful and beautiful way doing gibberish, maybe in shorter version, like 5 minutes, 5 minutes, or 10 minutes, 10 minutes with children, because, like as a child, I mean, sitting for 1 hour silently without doing anything can be like a great torture,
Yeah, of course.
Except you are the reincarnation of Buddha, then maybe, but, otherwise it's so, like, I think when it comes to children and the no mind in itself, it's a bit too, it's a bit too much for children, And about teenagers, about teenagers, really, if teenagers are interested, then particularly in this process now, in the whole no mind, then I would invite them to reach out to me, and we have a chat before,
Okay.
just to see if it's the right thing for you or not, really. And yeah, that's really all I can say. There is no rule of thumb, I mean, I think it's really about, seeing in the first place if a very cathartic process can benefit you in your situation where you are now, when you are, under not an adult yet, or not, so there is no clear-cut answer to that, actually. But again, every teenager very much invited to reach out to me, and then we just have a chat and see, and then from there we go.
I think really it's important also somehow that they commit to the 7 days process, not just something like, okay, let's do 1 or 2 days and let's see. It's really important, the 7 days. If there is the commitment, I believe that can be a beautiful experience. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, definitely.
And so the very last question is, should I attend the 7 days? Like it is the only version of the 7 days, because I received some question from friends that said I really could not organize myself for the process from Monday to Sunday, but maybe I could do the weekend, or the long weekend, using also Friday, like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I know that it is not anymore the no mind process, but would you let these friends in or not? This is up to the facilitator.
Yes. Yes, I mean, look, given these circumstances, we do it now over Zoom, definitely, because I think that even 3 days of no mind, or I mean, technically it's not no mind, but participating free mind in the no mind process, can be quite powerful already, and of course, I mean, it's better to participate the 7 days, because that's how it's made and how it's developed and how it's intended to be done, to get the full benefit and effect of it, But if you can only make it on the weekend, then that's also fine, Again, given how we do it now. Because I mean, what happens is also we create a certain space, together, and you can tap into that by coming on the weekend, and it will be great because there's already a good space. In reality, where it happened in pre-COVID times, this would not be possible, because the process is really, because the space is very, very much intimate and contained, so given that we do it on Zoom, it's completely fine. You can come on the weekend. But what is important, you need to have commitment for the weekend then, It's not that you come on Friday and Saturday, I have something else to do, and then on Sunday come again, That's not how it works, So you need to ask yourself, do I really commit to the weekend, to those 3 days, which is not a big commitment if you want to do it anyway, but only then if you're sure that you will commit for those 3 days, and also for the 7 days. If you commit to 7 days, it's really important that you do it every day, but only then participate, Otherwise it doesn't make sense,
Very, 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 very clear. And,
yeah, very German, very clear.
Absolutely, yes.
I'm actually Austrian, just for the protocol, I'm actually Austrian, so there's a difference, but we share lots of similarities culturally.
I know.
But Austrians are better, No, I'm just joking. Just joking, Yeah.
Are funnier, of course. Yes.
Okay.
So, beloved Prem, thank you very, very, very much for this, for your time, and for this precious explanations. And we will just actually close this Zoom and jump in the next one. The last things I really want to add is that if I didn't ask all the questions, of course, maybe someone will have other questions. You can just connect with us or just comment under the video, and in the next weeks, in the next days, Prem will answer directly or with a video or whatever. We will see which kind of question they will pop up, and we can go further with that.
Exactly, and ideally, if you can make it, then come to the teaser and ask your questions there. You're very, very welcome to that. And then you also have a taste and an experience of the process of Gibberish, which will probably more likely make you do it. So you're very welcome to come there. So
Yeah, good point. Yes. So Thank you very much.
Thank you too.
See you soon.
Very lovely. See you in 10 minutes, actually.
Yeah, 9.
9 minutes. Okay. Mwah. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.